Hello everyone, my name is esmeraldapadillagould and welcome to Vegas Vibes. On Vegas Vibes, I'll be featuring amazingly talented people from many walks of life who contribute to making Las Vegas a unique global brand. And on that note, here with us today, we have an accomplished singer, songwriter, and artistic producer with more than 30 years of experience in the music industry, also known as the Golden Voice.
Wow.
Welcome, Mr. Jorge Luis Rojas, also known as Rojitas.
Yeah, that's me. Since 1984, I started as a singer-songwriter back in Cuba. After returning 4 years living in England, so I started singing pop rock country music. And it was complicated that time in Cuba to do that kind of music. So I ended up singing salsa and Latin American fusion things. And since 1985, I started making television or recording, albums and stuff like that. So it's a long career, from pop rock country music to salsa music, and then tropical fusion music, and then I ended up in television as a host. I did 3 programs by myself, and I had a radio program too, and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, long
I must
career.
say, you have a pretty quite impressive resume.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
Many
And
years.
Yes, just to name a few facets of your talent in the music industry. So tell us about your childhood. When did you discover your passion for music?
I think it was living in England. Last year, my stay in England, I realized I was a singer. This is what I do, and this is what I would like to do for the rest of my life. And I went back to Cuba, and all of a sudden, I started writing songs, and of course, the songs were like a more like childhood kind of song. But little by little, started getting better, and then I started singing in clubs with groups. Oasis was the name of my group in those days, and I started singing, and at the same time writing songs. The two things came combined, and yeah.
Was that something you inherited from your parents?
My mother, she used to sing beautifully. In the 50s, she got. I think I remember she went to the Cuban television in the 50s, but she decided not to keep on her career. But yeah, it comes from my mother's side. Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
I understand you played a wide variety of music in your lifetime, and you've been with the band for so many years, touring the world.
Oh yeah. After I decided to join the salsa world, I've recorded more than 20 albums and tours more than 20 countries. So yeah, especially Europe in the 90s. There was a lot of contracts going on in Europe for Cuban music and Puerto Rican and Venezuelan, Colombian music. And yeah, we went all over Europe, and then the United States, and then South America, especially Mexico. There was a lot of contracts going to Mexico, and yeah, we represent Cuba, especially in Europe, many times.
You have mentioned that you did your own TV show?
Oh yeah, one day I was recording a salsa show back in Havana, and all of a sudden a very well-known director from Cuba came and said, I need your help right now, because I have a studio full of people and the host is not here. I need your help. I have no experience whatsoever in this
They put you on the spot.
But she gave me like cards and sit down and please help me. And they liked it, and I did first 6 months, and then they created a program for me, and then I did a whole year, and then yeah, it was an incredible experience. To be in front of the camera, and suddenly you're speaking to millions of people, and but it was okay. It was not my thing, but fortunately the critics were okay with me, so it was good.
I'm sure you did well.
It was good.
Is this something you want to pursue?
Maybe in the future, yeah, why not? I think the job
Maybe
you're
acting?
doing, I don't know. But this incredible job, for example, that you're doing, sitting in front of a camera and talking to the people, it's a very special bond you have with the people in the house. People, oh my God, let me listen. So if you do your job good, people will follow you. People will love you so much. So.
I should get tips from you.
So
How you did it.
the only thing you have to do is be completely natural and talk to people the way you are, and there's no problem if you talk like them, like if you were in the house, like normally. I remember one of the teachers that I had in those days I was all the time looking at different cameras. And the producer said, your camera is this one. But I was very nervous looking at any camera. And then the teacher came to me and said, you know what? It's okay. Look at any camera. Feel good. Mm-hmm. Of course, you have to look good, especially the one camera. But it was good. It was 3 or 4 years of my life. And I remember that with great pleasure, honestly. Being a host in television.
Yes, it was a great experience for
you. It was good.
Let's talk about the things that you have accomplished. You're also a member of the Latin Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences, and you're also the founder of You are the founder of Roga Production Music and Arts since 2016.
Yeah. Well, the Latin Grammys, the Academy, the Latin Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences, based on here in the United States. I'm a member of that since 2006. Then I stopped, and then I came back, and I'm a member of the jury of the Latin Grammy. So the whole of thing, we have to vote, and I'm very happy now because everything is coming to a good level now. Good music, good songs, better lyrics. The arrangements are better, and the songs that Latin Americans are giving to the people are better now. 2 or 3 years ago, I was a little worried because things were going like a little too easy, but now it's getting better.
But now it has evolved for the better.
Yeah, and Roga Production Music and Arts is the agency that I have with my wife, Elizabeth, since almost 2 years. We are representing and producing new artists from creating the song until...
And you are a songwriter.
Yeah, and Elizabeth is also a songwriter. So we write the song, we look for the arrangements, and we look for the studios, and the whole shebang. We do from the beginning until the master. So and then goes to the internet and iTunes and everything.
Is that why you're here? You're having a project here in Las Vegas?
We are having several projects like concerts and productions, like artistic productions and all kinds of artistic ways. Like it's an extension of Roga Production in Vegas. So yeah, many.
But you are based in
Toronto,
Toronto,
in Canada. Yeah, but many good things are coming.
You're bringing it here.
And in several days now, I'll be performing around Vegas, several places. Sunday, I'm going to be performing in Capri. It's a new place. It's a Latin place, but it's beautiful. And I don't know the address now, but I just arrived. But it's beautiful. And I will be involved in all kinds of shows, from salsa bands to more like feeling and jazzy bolero thing. So yeah, several stuff I will be doing in a few days. Yeah.
That sounds very exciting.
Thank you so much.
What was the most defining moment of your career? Any exceptional performances in your past that stands out?
Yes,
for some reason?
many, but I think one of the greatest was in 2000. The producer of the Beatles, he went to Cuba for a concert, and with the National Symphonic Orchestra of Cuba, and they were rehearsing. But that time I was co-producing an album dedicated to the Beatles, but with a Cuban sound, not salsa sound, no, more Cuban traditional music sound. So it was completely new, and we find out the hotel he was staying. We went there, and we gave him the album and the poster and everything.
He was blown away.
He's not going to listen.
By your work.
But the other day, next day, the whole production team that he was there, they called us. He wanted to meet us. We went there and said, the album is extraordinary, well and good, well done and produced. Thank you so much. Now I know the Beatles again through Cuban music. 2 days after that,
a new flavor.
God, I was called to perform with George Martin, with the National Symphonic Orchestra of Cuba, in a version of Hey Jude and Yellow Submarine with symphonic arrangements. So I worked with George Martin.
Sounds incredible.
It was like working with John Lennon or Paul McCartney. Oh. So I think that is one of the peak moments of, wow, I was working with a man that produced the best act in the planet. So for me, it was an honor. It was a real honor to work with Sir Martin.
Wow, incredible.
It was good.
Having done all the things that's on your resume, it's really, if I read them. We'll run out of time. But what would you like to do? Where do you see yourself in the near future?
Well,
Like, what do you want to accomplish?
recording first. I think I have several albums that I would like to record. I especially
30 albums are not enough. And 70 songs that you have personally, originally composed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I have
Wow.
songs like, but it's not going to be thematics albums like a salsa album, no, or a jazz album. No, it's going to be like tropical fusion, like everything kind of mixed, because it's what's going on right now. It's
More trendy.
Yeah, more. You have to give to the people a movement. It's like an artistic production. It's like a theater. You have to be stand up and then go to the middle, down again, end up, like up again. So I see an album like that. It's an artistic production. You have to give people everything. So that's one thing, recording albums and then producing albums for other singers. And something that is very important now for me is to finally end up the production of Elizabeth's first album.
Your wife.
And another second album that is coming very near from that one. The first one is pop rock country music. That she's also a songwriter. She's very good.
How did you meet?
Oh my
Just
God,
curious.
it was completely. The story is like, what? We were living one street across one from the other, and it was so cold in Toronto. You have to be with a mask and everything, but you can't see the face of the other person because it's very cold.
And then you started singing to her?
My God, she was working in a radio station. She was the host of a program, and I was invited, and then we met, and suddenly, already almost 4 years, the interview has never stopped. So we have been interviewing each other for the past 3 years. She's a blessing in my life.
I could
She is.
tell that.
She's a blessing.
She's your number one fan.
All the way.
Yes. Mr. Rojitas, I hope we have more time because you're such an incredible and interesting personality.
Thank you so much.
But I would like to ask, what pieces of advice or words of wisdom would you suggest to anyone aspiring to become a performer at your level?
First of all, trust yourself. All the way. If you were born artist, you will be an artist no matter what. Even if you're 15 years old or 80 years old, you're an artist. After the talent is not enough, then you have to go to a school and you have to study and you have to prepare yourself. If you're a singer, you have to study the techniques, not only as a singer, no, staging and acting for singers, and just trust yourself and prepare yourself. Fortunately, the people of the world, they're high-level cultural people, and we have to work for them. So there's a lot of artists in the world. The competition is strong. If you're starting in this business, you have to be ready. You have to be strong, and you have to study all the way. Never stop. Every single day of your life. If you're a musician, you have to practice. If you're a singer, you have to study.
Master your craft.
Yes, all the way. Never stop. Even me, after 30-something years career already, I warm up my voice every day. I study, I write songs, and I try to find new ways, and it's a never-ending thing, but it's beautiful.
Do you have like a special regime that you do, like a...
Well, first of all, after a concert,
do you prepare
for example, if you have a concert, before the concert, you have to make a silence for your voice, like 6 or 7 or 8 hours before the concert. Don't speak, just sleep and be okay. And if you're gonna sleep, you have to speak like this, in a gentle way. After the concert, you have to sleep at least 7 hours, and then the next day, give to your throat another 5 or 6 hours of complete silence. And of course, little by little start talking again, and always with a technique. This one. You have to put your voice up here. Less throat, less vocal cords, more nose. Then they will rest, and she will do the work.
Well, I will keep that in mind. Yes, I need those
and
tips.
then the voice go up, and you use less cords and more nose. And then you start sounding like this, like a little nasal, but it's okay. You're taking care of your voice. I've been teaching, and I'm also a professor, like a coach for vocal training. So that's also one of the things I've been doing for many years.
Mr. Rojitas,
Thank you so much.
kindly invite all our global audience and local audience to
Yeah.
Yes. To
Please.
your projects.
If you're
Come
looking,
here.
if you're up there,
Yes.
please come to Vegas. This is beautiful. Or anywhere you are. Just follow the good music. I'll be here in Vegas almost maybe for a month. I will play it all over the place. But next Sunday, I will be at Crystal. So just be there.
Where else can they find you on social media?
Oh, all the way. Roga Production Music Arts, the webpage. Jorge Luis Rojas, Rojitas Facebook. And also the same name for YouTube channel with a lot of videos from since I started until now. And all the pages like Facebook as an artist, Rojitas singer, they put Rojitas and everything will come up.
The Golden Voice.
The Golden Voice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Mr.
so much. It's an
Jorge
honor.
Luis.
It has been an honor.
It is my honor to have you on
Thank you
Vegas
so much.
Vibes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Pero gózalo y cántalo otra vez. Esto está bueno para bailar. Y entérate.
Well, there we have it. Check out Mr. Jorge Rojitas and catch me again next time as I feature another amazing personality here on Vegas Vibes. I would like to thank my wardrobe sponsor, Anne Fontaine. They are located at the Forum Shops in Caesar's Palace. Thank you so much, Miss Anna Stewart Billings. I'm Esmeralda Padilla Gould. Take care, everyone.